Hello there. I am Tigster2005 of the Prequelgang, and welcome to another episode of Tigster Talks, the show where I talk about stuff by myself. So, last night I watched Captain America: The Winter Soldier. I didn't like it. I really did not like this one. And you might be thinking, oh yeah, no, this is a great movie, right? I mean, a lot of people seem to put it pretty high on their lists, but no, I really didn't enjoy this one, guys. Yeah, Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Okay. So, there are some good things about this movie. Also, yeah, spoilers. That I shouldn't have to say this at this point, but spoilers, of course. Some good things about this movie. I think the whole thing with like, uh, trusting no one and how everyone was like everyone was going up against Captain America and how all of that worked. I think that was, a pretty good plot point. That was pretty interesting, and that could have made for some pretty good fight scenes in concept. And let's see other positives. Hmm. Oh, you know, Captain America and Black Widow they made a pretty good team. Uh, yeah, I don't know. There's really not that much positive I can say about this movie. The plot, it's kind of confusing. It doesn't really make that much sense. Like the whole thing with like Nick Fury and how like in the beginning there like apparently he was the one who was like had those boats that he sent Captain America and Black Widow to go to, and then all of this stuff with Bucky, aka the Winter Soldier, and how apparently he survived after falling off the train. And I gotta say, after watching Captain America: The First Avenger, I completely forgot about this character. Like, he was not memorable to me at all. So, uh, yeah, this was like, oh, it was like, oh yeah, that guy. Yeah, this character had no significance to me before this movie. So I don't know, this whole thing that was like, oh, Captain America, he was friends with this guy, and now he wants to get his friend back, but said friend doesn't remember who he or Steve is, because reasons, something about Hydra, and I think they altered his memory or something. That's why he couldn't remember anything, and he was working for them. Uh, Oh yeah, okay, Hydra. They're still a thing apparently, and they took over Shield. Like they were working and under Nick Fury's note. Like, and Nick didn't notice that Hydra was still there. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, guys. This could have been explained so much better than it was. Like it, I it's just this plot leaves me with questions that should have been answered. Um, let's see what else. Okay, the whole part where they they go back. There was like Captain America thing in in like a museum sort of thing. That was a pretty good scene, and Steve looking at himself, because everyone thought he died, but he didn't. He was frozen in ice. Um, yeah, that was a good scene, and yeah, some other things. Um, okay, so why did I not like this movie? Okay, well, first of all, the plot. That's like the plot was really confusing. But although I feel like it did set something up that could be good like in the future, but I haven't seen any of the future, not future, but like movies that come after Captain America: Winter Soldier. I haven't seen any of those. So maybe this leads somewhere, maybe it doesn't. But the other thing, it's just all of the action, it could have been great. It could have been great, but the way it was shot, oh my god, it was horrible. Okay, first of all, they shook the camera way too much. Like you could practically not even tell what was going on half the time. Well, it's like I could tell what was happening. Usually, I could have a good idea what was happening, but they shook the camera so much it just became irritating and unpleasant. It's like they took classes for filming movies just by watching The Hunger Games. And I didn't like that movie either. I mean, okay, it was okay, but the camera work in that movie was pretty bad too. And this leads to the fact that even when there's not any action, they're not deliberately shaking the camera. It's like they had the guy with the shakiest hands holding the camera and just kind of waving it around slightly while they're just kind of sitting there talking, and it's so distracting because, like, why can't they just stay still? Why did they have to, like, move it around slightly?
So on a note, I do agree with Artemi here, on how like I disagree with like the camera shaking, but I think they did this to like try to add tension. But I don't think personally that that's the best way to add tension. I think personally one of my favorite ways is the Dutch angle. If you're adding tension with camera work, like in Stranger Things, they did it really well. Where like a character kicks a chair and then switches into a Dutch angle. A Dutch angle is where like it's tilted slightly. So yeah, thanks for coming to my TED talk.
It's so bad. It's so bad. I can't even. Like, I hate shaky cam. I feel like shaky cam can be good in, like, very, very specific circumstances, but in this movie, it just doesn't work. And okay, yes, I said that some of the things with, like, Shield and all that, and everyone was attacking Captain America, that could have made for some great fight scenes. That could have made for some great fight scenes, like the part in the elevator where they were all fighting. That could have been good. But shaky cam, oh my god, it just they were just waving. It's like I could barely tell what was happening half the time because the camera was being shaken so much that I could only have a very basic understanding of what was happening. And I couldn't. After a while, I just couldn't get into the action anymore because this was just so distracting for me. And I don't know. And then, like, the final battle, like, what was even happening? I don't even remember. Something about Bucky and friends stuff. I don't know. And then there was, like, all of this. I guess you could call it political drama going on, where, this guy who was working for Hydra and Black Widow was trying to get some, like, they were trying to log into something. I don't even remember what was going on at that point. Like, after a while, I just got bored. Yes, I got bored during an MCU movie. That really hasn't happened before. I mean, I got close to being bored during Captain America: The First Avenger, but I got straight up bored during the third act of this movie. Like, I was watching, like, while I was watching the first half, like, after the boat, and then, like, during all of the stuff, okay, there was shaky cam, but, the action was still pretty good. The story was still kind of interesting at that point. So I was like, okay, maybe this could be like a B tier movie. And then I watched the whole thing and I'm like, no, this is not B tier. No, this is pretty bad. I mean, this movie's not, like, horrible, but I don't know. This I did not enjoy watching it. This is my least favorite MCU movie so far. And, like, I could never put this movie, like, above Thor: The Dark World. I really don't understand how someone could take Thor: The Dark World and put it all the way at the bottom and then put Winter Soldier, like, somewhere in, like, the top 15. It's baffling to me. But I don't know. I guess everyone's entitled to their own opinions, but this is just after watching Thor: The Dark World, like, I remember thinking, wow, I want to watch more Thor movies. I wish they made more Thor movies because this was amazing. When I finished watching Captain America: The Winter Soldier, I was just dreading like the point where I have to watch the next Captain America movie, Captain America: Civil War, which I heard that's from some people, from some videos on the internet, that apparently that movie's more like an Avengers movie than a Captain America movie, but still, it has Captain America in the title, so oh, that's not gonna be fun. I mean, it might be, but it probably won't be. I don't know. uh, so yeah, I didn't like this movie. Maybe if I rewatched it, I would like it more, but I don't know. I feel like Captain America is a pretty good superhero character when he's like part of the Avengers team. Like in the Avengers, we saw him and he was like the whole dynamic between Iron Man and Captain America. That was great. That was great. Like really added to the plot of that movie. But when he's like doing stuff on his own and all of this stuff, it's just not interesting. Like I don't know, I guess all the other superheroes they had something interesting about them. Like Iron Man was this genius person who was kind of a narcissist who invented this Iron Man suit, and then there was like and then the consequences of that followed. Hulk was a scientist who was, uh like a failed experiment gave him the Hulk power slash condition, I guess. Thor was this god from another dimension, and he had this hammer. And uh, by the way, this is an aside, but like, I feel like the fact that Captain America likes to throw his shield at people, that's just kind of dumb because he always has to go out of his way to go get it afterwards. Like it's not like Thor's hammer where he can throw it and then he can like call it back. No, Captain America, he has to go grab he has to physically go and pick up the shield that he threw. So, yeah, um, that's kind of silly, I suppose. Um, yeah, Steve Rogers, like Captain America, he's basically just a soldier with like, okay, he got some stuff injected into him, but at the end of the day, he's basically just a soldier who fought in World War II. And yeah, I don't know, it's just not very interesting. Like, I don't know, this whole movie just didn't work for me. Like the shaky cam was definitely the big thing that ruined it for me, but overall, I feel like it just wasn't that good. Um, so yeah, that's Captain America: Winter Soldier. The next movie is Guardians of the Galaxy, which is another like really popular MCU movie. So I hope that that movie's at the very least better than this one. uh, yeah. So I guess I'll watch that when I watch that. So thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Hit the bell, and until the next video, guys, keep having the high ground. Bye.